Hello everyone, I'm Lem and I'm an AI/machine learning enthusiast. And along the way of self-studying and doing some research about these models, I realized that the whole spectrum of AI relies on a mathematical foundation, a branch called linear algebra. And today I'll be introducing the matrix, which is the most basic building blocks of linear algebra. Right, so matrix. So matrix essentially is just a rectangular array that is used to store a number. But sometimes a matrix can also store different matrix or store a different arrays of numbers, right? So we often denote a matrix by a capital letter. For example, I use the letter A, and then the values and the elements of the matrix is stored in a rectangular form. And for example, in this case, this matrix has 4 elements, which you see is 2 rows and 2 columns. But well, sometimes if we want, we can have a matrix with higher number of rows and columns. For example, if a matrix has n columns and also m rows, right? So for example, this matrix has n columns, and m rows. We can specify it by saying that matrix A size m by n. Right, so this is the size of the matrix, and we can have m by n, well, however we want. And sometimes we can say that we have m and n elements of A, and next is the elements of A. Right, so the elements of A, the matrix A is often denoted by its lowercase letter, and for generalized I'll use it at AYJ, which is basically the elements that lies on the intersect of the yth row and jth column. Right, so for example, in this matrix A, we can see that AJ1, and then we can say AI1 and A1J, so it will intersect at AYJ. Right, so you see this the J column and it's the ith row, and where it intersects is where the elements and also the AYJ is. And sometimes there are special kind of matrices. So for example, if a matrix only has 1 rows, we call it a row vector. But sometimes it has only 1 column, we call it a column vector. And if a matrix has the same numbers of rows and column, we say that it's a square matrix. So essentially, this is the basic of the matrix, and in the next videos I'll be covering different operations, a basic one like addition and also multiplication, and I'll see you guys then.